time when you're ready.
Good morning, Mr. Dominic and fellow classmates. Today we're going to give you a presentation on Hitler. But before that, I would like to introduce us presenters. I'm Lauren, this is Z, and that is Joshua. Okay, why did we choose Hitler as a topic for our presentation? Well, it's because he's a very interesting man in history, and he has really impacted Germany and the world a lot, and very soon you'll find out why. A little background on Hitler. In 1933, he became Chancellor, and a few years later, the president died. Then, when it was his turn to take over the presidential post, he decided to abolish the post and create this post instead, the Führer, which is close and very similar to a dictatorship. And many people saw him as a savior. You can see here he did many good things, while many people saw him as a tyrant because he was very cruel and he was very devilish. And now I'd like to pass the time to Z to tell you a bit about the design of this project.
Well, we decided to go with black because all of the things that he did really impacted Germany and, well, Europe a lot. So we just went with black because everything we put on it really stood out. Then we had the SWAT stickers, which was obviously the Nazi symbol, sign. And then, we just ordered them. I spent a good 3 hours cutting them out at night. Then we drew Hitler, which is, this is his good side. These are all the likes, the things that we thought were really honorable and good about what he did. And then, we drew him with a hate and stuff. And then this is the dislikes, and we drew him with a skeleton face. Lauren actually drew this. That's just all of the things that we found really disagreeable about him. And that's pretty much it about the design and timetable and the Jude star. Everyone had to wear them, and so we just added that in. And so I'll just pass it to Joshua.
Our team has managed to come up with the agreeable amount of likes and dislikes over here. I'll be talking a bit on the likes and on the foreign policies you see over here. Starting with the voice, Hitler was very strong and very convincing whenever he was speaking to a crowd, and he was very powerful in speech. He knew how to manipulate the people and spread propaganda about. He's smart. He managed to provide work and bread. That was his slogan for the 4-year plan. He united Germany, creating youth groups and created a sense of national pride among the people through his speeches and such. He boosted the morale of the nation. He was seen as a savior, and he gave a lot of hope for a better Germany. He improved the German economy, once again with the infamous 4-year plans, providing jobs in factories and increasing production. We have over here basically Hitler's Nazi foreign policy. It was based on two things: Lebensraum, the need for living space, and the race supremacy of the Aryans. The ideology for the foreign policy is in 6 parts. First was the Lebensraum, Germany's need to expand for living space and for a lot of support. The next one is Volks, Germany must be a strong and united nation, and the Treaty of Versailles must be abolished. Led by a Führer, Hitler himself, and is the sole ruler and the dictator of Germany. Racism, that Aryans were the supreme race and every other race, especially Jews, was subhuman. The autarky, Germany must be self-sufficient to break dependency of other nations, and last but not least, he inflicted fear upon the community. Here we have a small list of Hitler's aims and the way he planned to accomplish it. He hoped to create a great nation of Germany again by destroying the Versailles Treaty, building an army by conscription, recovering lost territory and uniting all German-speaking lands. I'm now going to pass time to Z to speak more on the timetable.
Okay. Well, we drew up a timetable of just all the events in basically from when Hitler started coming to power. And so yeah, I'm just gonna point out a few like really important dates, like when he becomes chancellor, which you mentioned earlier in 1933. Then the president dies, he abolished the hierarchy and became the Führer. Then after that, in 1936, they had the Olympics, which is really, he invited lots of the different nations just to come to the country and see how wonderful it was under the Nazi rule. Then, well, yeah, okay. Then basically in 1939, that was when the Second World War started. And then from then on it just basically goes on how the ups and downs of him attacking different places and then finally being conquered. And yeah, so it ended in 1946. Then, yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, well the Jews had a lot to play in the role of the whole span of these years because they were targeted on a lot. And Hitler basically used them as kind of a scapegoat for all of his cruelty, and yeah, he just tried to destroy them.
Why was he cruel to the Jews?
Well, he was very racist. He had this idea that there was one perfect race, and that was the Aryans. And that was basically all the Germans with blonde hair and blue eyes. And sort of Jews didn't really fit in under that category. And there really is not much of a reason as to why he went after them. He just had a thing for the Jews and just killed, millions of them. Concentration camps. And yeah, it was really fun working on this project. Lots of researching, lots of looking through tons of papers, but it's really interesting to know about Hitler because I think it's really sort of beneficial for us, just in terms of learning about history and just see how human reaction and just the way the world works and try to learn from the mistakes. Yeah. Okay, Lauren wants to give any of her views on the project.
I think it's also a wonderful project, our first class group project, and I think it turned out really well. It was fun. Hitler is so interesting because he has different sides to him, and he's not like any simple man in history. He's actually a really complicated person, so it was really enjoyable.
So, what do you not like about Hitler?
Okay, well, first of all, he was a deceiver. In the Olympics 1937, he wanted the Olympics to be held in his own country so that he can